This live presentation of high school basketball on FingerLakes1.com is made possible thanks to the support from DeSanto Propane. DeSanto Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com for more info or call toll-free at 1-800-752-4574 today. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane. Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant. Visit Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant at their original Waterloo location or all-new renovated location in Geneva. Dine-in, takeout, delivery, catering, and banquets. Order online at Cicinos.com. Live, laugh, and eat well. It's the Italian way. Little John and Barbie Orthodontics. Dr. Littlejohn, Dr. Barbie, and their outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal: to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their exceptional orthodontic care. Check out Dr. Rod and Dr. Liz online at littlejohnortho.com.
Good evening, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome into FingerLakes1.com's live coverage of Finger Lakes East Girls High School Basketball. Tonight, it's a battle of 2 of the top teams in the league standings as we near the end of the regular season, as the Newark Reds travel south to take on the Waterloo Tigers here tonight. Good evening once again, everybody. Thank you for tuning in and listening. Paul Russo here alongside me, Kyle Evans. Kyle, I feel like this series at this point doesn't need much introduction between these two teams. The Newark Reds and Waterloo Tigers the past couple of years has turned into one of the best matchups we see within the Finger Lakes East. Newark coming in 2 straight wins in this matchup. Past 3 all decided by single digits, shaping up to be just that again tonight.
Yeah, we're definitely talking about 2 of the best teams in the area. Of course, I said it Monday on our Upstate Hoops podcast that this would be the game of the week, and I think it's definitely going to live up to the hype. And we have history that even, of course, tells that we're probably going to get a close one tonight.
Yeah, I remember doing this game last year here, a little over a full calendar year ago, where Newark came in and got that regular season series win and actually helped propel them to a sectional final appearance run. We'll touch more, though, on that overall during our DeSanto Propane halftime report, though, because, Kyle, coming into this pregame, it's senior night here in Waterloo, honoring Addison Bree for Waterloo, as well as the seniors for Newark in Sophia Delphs, Arizona Chapel, and Maylee Miller also getting some recognition here. So these type of matchups always end up playing huge here late in the season, especially with an event like this. Mentioned that previous matchup. Let's go back to it. Not all that long ago on January 14th, literally a month ago pretty much. An overtime victory for the Reds on their home court up in the Rose City, 43-37 over the Tigers.
Yeah, one thing about that game is I believe there was just 6 total points in the overtime period. It was points were kind of hard to come by as the game went on, and Waterloo even had a lead because I remember watching that game for most of the fourth quarter. And Newark all year seems to have this fourth quarter magic. We've seen the buzzer beaters, we've seen the game-winning shots. I just think something special is brewing with this Newark squad. And just a few years ago, we weren't really mentioning them because they were a young program still trying to develop, and now here they are, and I think they're ready to go.
Yeah, this is a team, the Newark Reds, who, yeah, they did lose who was their best player last year in Tykyla Vaughn. She graduated, right? But they adapted and reload. Kriya Natali is really the player for them that leads the charge for Coach Dan Kearney, who, by the way, congratulations to her, one of the newest members of the Section 5 Basketball Hall of Fame earlier on this season, getting inducted there. So it's one of those things where this Reds team, and since she came back to be head coach, has slowly built those building blocks kind of to come and meet whatever Waterloo has done in the past handful of years.
Yeah, and this is all we could really ask for. I mean, you look at some of the teams in the East this year that have struggled that used to be here with Waterloo, and that's like a team like Minders, Mid-Lakes. So you want some of those new teams to come and give Waterloo a push and a fight. And, Bloomfield, I should mention in that category too, because they've been playing well. Unfortunately, they went 0-2 against Newark this year, but they did split with Waterloo. So those 3 teams here in the FL East are just the teams you're going to want to watch here, as Sectionals is literally right around the corner.
Now, Newark does control their own destiny in that league standings, as you mentioned, Kyle. They're 2 games up on Bloomfield and Waterloo, who are tied for second. Now, there is some tie-break scenarios where Waterloo or Bloomfield could get that crown. However, Newark's in the driver's seat with that 2-game lead. They would need to lose either tonight. Actually, they would have to lose both of these final games against here Waterloo tonight and then home next week against Mid-Lakes on Monday. So odds are probably not going to happen, but we can't necessarily crown them as league champions just yet. Let's move over to the Waterloo side here as we wind down pregame warm-up here in Waterloo. For the Tigers, like you mentioned, Kyle, it's kind of business as usual in a way. It's maybe not quite the numbers are what we're used to from this Tiger squad. However, you look at them, and like I mentioned, we'll talk more about this at halftime with the sectional stuff with them in B1. They're back up there still doing their thing here, being the standard bearer within the Finger Lakes East.
Yeah, and here's the stat that will really define what's going on with this Waterloo program this year, is all 5 of their losses have been by single digits. They played a couple overtime games. They played a couple of non-league games where they've just come out on the losing side but have played well. So you look and you see 13-5, but they're still, I mean, maybe even better than that. They're up there towards where Newark should be.
Yeah, both these teams have similar margins of victory, like you mentioned, Kyle. 23.6 for the Reds, 23 flat for Waterloo, but really it's that margin of defeat for Waterloo, like you mentioned, only 3.4.
Yep.
Those are those one possession games essentially that might keep you up at night a little bit if you're on the coaching staff or reviewing film for the Tigers.
And I want to add one more thing quickly at Newark as we wait for tip-off here. Newark, lost their first game to Pelmac. It was a stunner. But since then, they've gone 7-0. They've completely forgot about it and turned the page. And I remember talking on Upstate Hoops a few weeks ago. That was just something that I wanted to see them do, is respond. And they have the head coach that kind of guides them that way. And here they are playing again good basketball at the right time of the year.
I remember that game specifically. We were in Bloomfield, myself and Nate Sharman doing the Waterloo Bloomfield game, and kind of broke the news of the Tiger squad during that. So at this time here on FingerLakes1.com, we're going to step aside. We're going to toss it courtside to public address announcer Kenny Haas. He's going to do some pregame starting lineup announcements and the rest for Waterloo. We'll be back right in a moment, though, in the broadcast booth as we get ready for tip-off here in Waterloo.
At this time, we ask if you are able to please rise, remove your hats, and direct your attention to our flag for the playing of our national anthem. Before we get into tonight's starting lineups, we would like to take a moment to celebrate a truly special milestone in our basketball program. On January 16th, right here on his home floor, Coach Bree earned the 200th victory of his coaching career with a 73-33 win over Miners Academy. During his remarkable tenure, Coach Bree has led his teams to 7 league championships, 5 Section 5 titles, 3 Western Region championships, and guided his program to the New York State Finals twice, and in 2023, led the Tigers to a New York State championship. His leadership, passion, and commitment to his student athletes have built a legacy that will be remembered for years to come. Please join us in congratulating Coach Bree on his 200th career win as we present him with a commemorative basketball celebrating this milestone. Presenting the basketball to Coach Bree are Coach Tim Lincoln and Athletic Director Christian Maher. The New York State Public High School Athletic Association, in conjunction with Section 5 and Waterloo Central School District, expects all spectators to enjoy the competition between both teams and cheer for the teams in a positive manner. Any negative comments or actions directed at opposing players, coaches, or officials will not be tolerated. Event staff and game officials are expected to enforce all sportsmanship rules for players, coaches, and spectators. Remember the Section 5 motto: be loud, be proud, and be positive. Thank you. And now, first up, the visiting team, the Newark Reds. Here are the reserves. Number 4, Mariana Chance. Number 23, Madison Crying in the Chapel. Number 12, Melania Howard. Number 5, Bella Landrow. Number 15, Ryan LaRue. And number 22, Maylee Miller. And now, the starting lineup for the Newark Reds. A senior, number 14, Arizona Chapel. A senior, number 10, Sophia Dells. A junior, number 1, Karina Natali. A junior, number 3, Chloe Paul. And a junior, number 11, Adriana Smith. The Reds are led by head coach Diane Kearney and assisted by Justin Devlin. And now, put your hands together for your Waterloo Tigers! First up, the reserves for the Waterloo Tigers. Number 1, Kinsley Summer-Bree. And number 25, Delaney Batten 1,000. And now, here's the starting lineup for your Waterloo Tigers. A junior, number 5, Win It, Don't Panic. A junior, number 10, D'Angel D-Money Williams. A freshman, number 21, Janae Hawkins. And a junior, number 23, Kaya Moody. And last but not least, our senior on the squad, number 4, Addison, Subtraction, Multiplication, Division, Bree. The Tigers are led by the first man of Finger Lakes basketball, Mike Winterbree, and is assisted by Jason, In Godly We Trust, Ashley, Don't Dwell on the Subject, and the First Lady of Waterloo basketball, Keisha, 30-mile-per-hour Bree. We thank our officials for their service, dedication, and commitment to fair play. Tonight's contest will be officiated by Mr. Steve Gable and Joe Sesnick. Fans, get ready for a great high school basketball game.
Welcome back in here in the broadcast booth. Paul Russo, Kyle Evans here with you as we wrap up pregame festivities here in Waterloo. If you missed the starting lineups, we got you covered. For Dan Kearney and the Newark Reds, it's Karina Natali, number 1, number 3, Chloe Paul, number 10, Sophia Delphs, number 11, Adriana Smith, and number 14, Arizona Chapel. For Waterloo, it's number 4, Addison Bree, number 5, Gwen Panic, number 10, D'Angel Williams, number 21, John A. Hawkins, and number 23, Kaya Moody for Coach Mike Bree. Tigers will be moving from our right to left on offense here the first half. From our vantage point at center court, the Reds from left to right. They're in their home, or rather away blacks. Waterloo in their home whites. I know, Kyle, for you, not big on the college basketball scene necessarily, but Waterloo I made mention of last week, kind of rocking the Tennessee Lady Vols style for their jerseys.
I'm familiar, though, with those.
I'm happy you are. It's going to be Hawkins taking the tip for Waterloo and Delphs for Newark. Ball's in the air, and we're underway with Newark controlling it. and Karina Natali. She'll swing it left wing. Stop, pop, dribble. No good for Chloe Paul. Rebound brought in by Chappell, and the second chance for the Reds immediately. Delphs up top. Now dumps it in, or rather Delphs on the block from Paul. No good on the lay-in, and rebound brought in by Gwen Panic. With 20 seconds down here. Scoreless in Waterloo. Bree has it top the key for Waterloo. The Reds in a 2-3 zone defense. Moody skip pass to Panic at the right wing. She'll take a three-pointer, no good long. Rebound brought in Hawkins. And a second chance for the Tigers here. Back-to-back possessions open up the ballgame with each team collecting an offensive board. Top of the key Panic for Waterloo. Swings it for Bree at the right wing. Down to 20 on the shot clock here. Moody now on the right elbow. Kicks it to the corner. A three-pointer for Williams. No good long. And rebound brought in by Chloe Paul in Newark. Leaves it up court quickly for Smith. Smith, skip pass into the lane, tipped and intercepted by Bree. Looking up court, she'll just dribble it up. Uses the numbers to her advantage. She has Panic right wing. Panic now working baseline. Nice little turnaround lay-in, no good. Rebound by Chappell, and here come the Reds back scoreless here. 6:47 to go first quarter. Chloe Paul up court for the Reds. Lay-in, rims out, no good. Rebound Chappell, second chance, no good. She'll get a third, no. And it's going to remain, or no, they're saying it's last off of Chappell as she tried to go after the ball, and it will be Waterloo ball. So 0-0 here in Waterloo between the Tigers and the Reds. 6.5 to go in the first frame of action. Panic above the timeline. Newark showed some soft full court pressure there. Nothing really taxing as Moody now has in the lane. Kicks out to the right corner. Williams out of Bree at the right wing. Now Newark settles into a 2-3 half-court zone. Moody through the lane. No good on her left-hand lay-in. She's go ahead to the line for two. As we'll have our first foul of the game. And it'll go against Arizona Chappell, the senior forward. Honored pregame here in Waterloo for the Reds. Her first personal. Team's first at the 6:19 to go mark of the first quarter. Moody no good on her first free throw of two here. Moody double digits, 10 against Newark in that first matchup of the year up in the Rose City. Moody good on her first. First point of the ball game goes to the Waterloo Tigers. It's 1-0. Waterloo in front with 6:15 to go in the first quarter. With it, Natali for Newark finds Delphs. She'll take a jumper from the free throw line and count it. So Sophia Delphs' first field goal of the game. Newark in front 2-1. 6 flat to go here in the first quarter. Up floor, the Tigers work quickly. Panic has it top the key. Drives through the lane, launches a runner over Chappell. No good short. Rebound brought in by Paul. Now to Natali and the Reds. Quickly up court. Smith to a cutting Delphs. Up fakes now. Kicks it back out for Natali at the top of the key. She'll now throw it into Chappell. No. Pass tipped. Excellent job by Moody. That active hands of the Waterloo defense quickly to work. Bree has it. Three-pointer no good long from her. And rebound brought in again by Chloe Paul and the Newark Reds. Paul leaves it for Natali. Natali above the timeline, and the Reds back to offense here with 5:25 to go in the first quarter. Paul with it. Dumps in for Chappell on the left block. Unable to handle it is the forward from Newark. Out of bounds. Waterloo ball on the turnover.
I haven't done one of these games with you in a while, but the way this one's going, it's like so fast back and forth. It's crazy. Two
of the quicker teams, frankly, in Section 5. As Panic has it up floor to Moody. They break the timeline. Back to Panic at the top of the key. 5:10 to go. Still 2-1 Newark in front here against Waterloo. Moody back out the Panic, top the key. Swings it for Williams in the left corner. Back top the key. Reset Panic. Panic looking for help. Goes to Bree at the right wing. Now back to Panic. 10 on the shot clock for Waterloo. Panic out to Williams. Corner three. No, short. Rebound Delphs. Leaves it for Chappell. Newark on the attack. 4:50 to go here in the first quarter. Up quickly to Smith. Leaves it for Delphs. Now to Paul. Three-pointer from Paul in the corner. No good. And rebound brought in by Panic. And back we go with the Tigers able to break the full court pressure of the Reds. A little more up on that one was Newark. Panic at the top of the key to Moody. Back to Panic. Now Bree right wing. Three-pointer from Bree. No good short. Rebound Chappell. Newark ball. 4.5 to go. First quarter. Reds in front 2-1. Delphs above the timeline at the top of the key now. Will hand off for Natali. Goes to Chloe Paul at the right wing. Top of the key, picked off by Bree, intended target of Natali. Bree one-on-one against Natali. Leaves it for a cutting Williams, no good. Rebound by Hawkins, second chance, no good. Third chance by Hawkins. Kicks out for Panic. Three-pointer, no good short. Rebound by Delphs and Newark. 4 to go, halfway home, first quarter. Up floor quickly by the Reds to Chappell. No, oh, great find by her to a cutting Delphson in. Sophia Delphs, all 4 points for the Newark Reds. They're up 4-1, 3:45 to go first quarter. On Waterloo, Panic goes to Moody. The full court pressure from Newark really amping up here in the past minute plus. Moody top of the key for Waterloo, 15 on the shot clock for the Tigers. Panic back to Moody at the top of the key. 2-3 zone now in the half court for the Reds on defense. 10 on the shot clock. It's Panic right wing. Goes to Williams right corner. 5 on the shot clock. Panic back to Williams. She'll take the 3 from the corner. No good long. Got rim. Doesn't matter. Rebound by Sophia Delphs. Delphs above the timeline for Newark. Swings it for Natalie left wing. Deep 3 for her. No good short. Rebound Hawkins and Waterloo. 3:06 to go first quarter. Quick moving. The Reds in front 4-1. Bree with it for Waterloo. Leaves it for Panic at the top of the key. Panic running the offense. Swings it back for Williams. Now right or left wing for Moody. Panic now working baseline. She has it down on the block. Goes top the key, reset Williams. Finds Moody at the right wing. 10 on the shot clock again for Waterloo. Nice give and go. Moody with Hawkins and then back to Moody for the bucket. So, 2 players with all the points so far, 4-3. Newark working quickly, no good for the left-hand runner by Paul. Rebound by Bree. 2.5 now to go in the first quarter. Waterloo trailing 3-4 to Newark. Bree with the runner, rolls in and count it. Addison Bree's first bucket. Full court pressure here from Waterloo, and it's gonna kind of work to the Newark advantage here as they draw a foul. They'll get Moody with the foul. That's going to be her first, team's first. Substitutions for both teams here. Hawkins and Williams check out for Waterloo. Delaney Batten, Kinsley Bree in for them. For Newark, it is Smith and Paul who will check out. Coming in is Martiana Chance and Millennia Howard. Top the key, Natalie, 20 on the shot clock for the Reds. Natalie's runner, no good from the block. Second chance, Chappell, no good. She's going to head to the line for 2. It's 2:05 to go here in the first quarter. And it's Delaney Batten picking up the Waterloo foul, her first, team's second on the quarter. And Arizona Chappell to the line for the first time here tonight. Chappell, one of the seniors for Newark, recognized pregame by Waterloo, no good on the first there. Had 13 in that overtime victory in the first matchup of the year between these two squads. Her second is true. Knotted up, 5-all here in Waterloo between the Tigers and Reds. 2:03 to go. First quarter here on FingerLakes1.com. It's Kinsley Bree running point general duties for the Tigers here. Hands it off for Addison, back to Kinsley. And it's now top the key for Moody. Newark still working half-court defense here after having some full court press. Panic back to Addison Bree, 10 on the shot clock for the Tigers. Bree dribbles out of a double team. Leaves it for Panic, 5 on the shot clock. Bree with it. Skip past the Moody left wing. Finds Kinsley Bree in the corner. They're not going to get it off in time. And it's going to be a shot clock violation for Waterloo and ball for the Newark Reds.
And this was one of the rare times where they used up, the shot clock. A lot of times it's just been, fast-paced, rushing shots.
And we have a stoppage of play as looks like it is Millennia Howard having to relace her shoes for the Reds. So a brief pause here with 1:35 to go first quarter.
Longest pause of the game so far.
Pretty much outside of the couple free throw trips we've had so far. Full court pressure for Waterloo. Inbound goes to Natalie. Back to Delphs now swinging it over to Chance. Oh, great find up court to Natalie at the right corner. Now Waterloo will settle into 2-3 zone of their own in the half court. Chappell has it on the right block, kicks it out, 3-pointer dialed up and no good long for Chance. Rebound brought in by Addison Bree. And a 5-5 still in this low scoring but quick affair in the first quarter. Addison Bree with it, working right side. We'll have a stoppage of play as Martiana Chance here for the foul for Newark, her first and team's second on the quarter. And Kyle, that was a pretty easy one as took away Bree's lane of opportunity.
Yep.
So Addison Bree gets it on the inbound, goes to Panic. Now top of the key, Kinsley Bree, and we got 1 minute remaining here in the first quarter. Moody now with it on the left block through the zone and count the little baby hook. So Kaya Moody with 5 of the 7 for Waterloo. 50 seconds to go here. Newark with the ball, trailing the Tigers. Natalie up and 3-pointer launch from Howard. No good out of the corner. No, and their second chance is going to miss 2 from Chappell. Rebound brought in by Panic, and she gets whacked. by Chapel. So Arizona Chapel pick up her second personal foul, team's third. And Waterloo quickly on that inbound as Chloe Paul was trying to check in for the Reds. Bree above the timeline, Addison that is. Now Kinsley Bree with it for the Tigers. 8-second differential shot, the game clock, 27 or rather 15 now on the shot clock and 23 on the game clock for the Tigers here. Moody to panic, top of the key, 10 on the shot clock. So he's like, Kinsley Bree, she'll take a three-pointer from the wing and connects. 10-5, Waterloo in front. 10 on the clock here for Newark. No shot clock. Above the timeline is Natali. Natali through three defenders, no good. And now she'll head to the line for two. Let's see which Tiger it's going to be. It's going to be Batten. So Batten collects her second personal. Team start on the quarter as Chloe Paul will get in for Arizona Chapel, the Newark Reds, with 5.5 to go when we get back to live action. The season leading scorer for the Newark Reds, Karina Natali, to the line. Her first is good, averaging 15.5 per game. 19 against Waterloo in their first matchup. Back with it for her second of the two, and both go through. It's 10-7, Waterloo in front of Newark. 5.5 for Waterloo. Inbound goes to Addison Bree. Guarded tightly by Howard above the timeline, two. Launching a runner is Bree, no good long. And that will wrap up the first quarter of play here in Waterloo, where the Tigers are in front. 10-7 on the Newark Reds in this Finger Lakes East girls matchup. We'll be right back here in just a moment on FingerLakes1.com.
Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant. Visit Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant at their original Waterloo location or all-new renovated location in Geneva. Dine-in, takeout, delivery, catering, and banquets. Order online at Cicinos.com. Live, laugh, and eat well. It's the Italian way.
Welcome back in, everybody. Paul Russo and Kyle Evans here with you in Waterloo. The Tigers up 10-7 on the Newark Reds in this battle. Two of the top teams in the Finger Lakes East. Kyle, pretty quick move in first quarter. Waterloo finds themselves in front by 3, but they trailed for a pretty good portion of that in that low-scoring first frame.
Yeah, it seems like several games that Waterloo's been in this year, a couple of them low-scoring. Slow starts is what I should say, too. Waterloo tends to pick it up later as the game goes on.
Waterloo will have the ball to begin the second quarter of action. It's Kinsley Bree, Addison Bree, Gwen Panic, Delaney Batten, Tangel Williams on the floor for them. On the floor for Newark, it's Chloe Paul, Martiana Chance, Sophia Delphs, Karina Natali, and Millennia Howard. Addison Bree with it, left wing, 15 on the shot clock for the Tigers. Swings it for Kinsley Bree, now top the key for Williams. Panic with it now, 10 on the shot clock, working left side. 2-3 zone for Newark once again here. Tries to dump it in for Delaney Batten, and the pass gets tipped out of bounds. Good job by Karina Natali there. And 5 seconds on the shot clock, and so they're saying jump ball? Not, unless it was one of those things where it went off the hand at the both time, and they're just kind of playing the safe play here, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So it'll be Newark ball technically then off this jump ball, and we're going to court quickly Chloe Paul for the Reds. And they'll have their first offensive possession here of the second quarter. Natali with it, swings it for Howard at the right wing. Now back to Paul, now swings it for Chance at the left wing. Oh, nice spin move out of the trap. Oh, and they're going to call her for a travel. I thought she got off in time, but apparently not. So turnover and Waterloo ball. 7:17 to go, first half of action here in Waterloo. Up 10-7 on the Reds here in this matchup of the one and tied for second teams in the Finger Lakes East girls standings. Newark 2-3 zone on defense once again. Panic with it, working right side. Nice little up fake to get Delphs in the air. Count the bucket for Panic. Gwen Panic, first bucket of the game for her. 12-7 now, Waterloo in front of Newark. Newark working quickly. Howard no good. Second chance no good. And the third chance will be thwarted by Batten, who gets the rebound for Waterloo. Up court quickly to Addison Bree. Bree working left wing, guarded tightly by Howard in this 2-3 zone. Oh, great skip pass find to Kinsley Bree. Her three-pointer no good long, and wise move by the Newark Reds. Quick little breather, let the ball go out of bounds, and they'll retain possession. First substitutions of the quarter happening here. It's Maylee Miller coming in for the first time for Newark. She'll get Sophia Delphs Delaney Benton and Kinsley Bree check out. It's Kaya Moody and John A. Hawkins coming in for the Tigers. Newark ball, bringing up court, Martiana Chance, holding it for Natalie as they break the Waterloo full court pressure. Pass intercepted, Gwen Panic, no. Unable to retain possession, chasing it down was Panic. Will remain Newark ball. The active hands, Kyle, of the Waterloo defense right now, kind of making the difference here in this game so far.
Yeah, we've seen that a few times in the first quarter where they've jumped passes. The timing's.
And we have another whistle on the floor here. I believe we might have had an inadvertent shot clock reset. I think that is what the case is here, since Newark never technically lost possession, right? So,
yeah.
Work on that quickly here. Got 6:23 on the game clock, and they get it down to 26 on the shot clock here for this Newark possession. Really good job, though, by this officiating crew, though, getting it right. It's the important thing in these situations. We're back underway. It's Natalie for Paul. Now Chance at the left wing, and her pass picked off by Bree. Bree to Panic. Panic one-on-one with Chance. Count the lane. Gotta respect Chance trying to take a charge, but she just kind of went down on her own. And now we have another whistle on the floor.
So what are you saying, a flop?
I'm not going to say it that, well, I guess maybe, sure, technically. So this is a first here for us, Kyle. Substitutions here quickly for Newark as Sophia Dolphs and Adriana Smith come in for Howard and Chappell. I believe that's the first time on FingerLakes1.com we've had a flop warning
Yeah, probably.
called in any of the games we've done.
But I'm sure she would admit it too.
Well, you know, it's not for the lack of effort.
Yeah.
You know, NBA and WNBA, that's fine, but either way, here nor there here. It's Miller with it for Newark. They're back going here on offense. Misses her lay-in, ball getting tipped around, and finally it's John A. Hawkins coming down with it for Waterloo. Leaves it for Panic, and she'll come up court for the Tigers. Not quite having numbers, so she'll stop and reset the offense here. Moody left wing, goes to Williams in the left corner, back to Moody with 5:38 to go in the second quarter. Panic to Moody, now to Bree working at the free throw line, swings it for Williams, on top the key for Panic. 10 on the shot clock. Moody left wing, finds a cutting Hawkins, left block, 5 on the shot clock, kicks it back out, intended for Williams, pass picked up by Delphs, and Newark gets the turnover. Natalie with the ball, quickly up court, above the timeline, working left side. She's stripped by Panic. Panic the other way now for Waterloo. It's 4-on-1. Up floor to Williams. Her lay-in no good. Ball tipped around. Hawkins with it. Second chance, no good. She's heading to the line for 2, though, as she got fouled. And they'll get Sophia Delphs with the foul here. That's her first personal and team's first on the quarter. So after another, albeit with a couple stoppages, quick moving few minutes of this quarter here, we have a full stoppage as Hawkins is no good on her first free throw. Hawkins now back with it for her second of 2. We'll have 5:07 to go in live action when we get back going. Second, no good short, rebound by Delphs. And the Newark Reds with possession trailing 14-7 to the host Waterloo Tigers. Three-pointer block. Hawkins with the packing to Smith, and Waterloo now with the ball. Up court to Williams. Williams back to Addison Bree. Thought about taking a long-distance three-pointer. Thought better of it. Now Moody who has it. Left elbow. Now works right side of the lane. Lane no good. Oh, they're okay. They're counting it on the floor. The foul. And the Newark foul goes to a player that is not in the game. I believe they meant to give it to Maylee Miller, and they do. Her first personal, team second on the quarter. She also checked out during that, as did Millennia Howard. As Waterloo back with it, fresh shot clock for them. We're underway. Addison Bree, swing pass to Panic at the right wing to Williams. Now Moody, nice little triangle offense. Three-pointer from Panic, no good. Rebound Hawkins. Hawkins works right side, and we'll have another foul. She tried to get some space. I believe this one will be going against Karina Natali. And it is the junior's first personal foul. Team's third on the quarter, all coming within about 30 seconds here of action. Williams, the inbounder, right side. She'll go to the right wing for Bree. Top the key for Moody now. Another fresh shot clock for Waterloo. Moody still with it. Takes a little jumper from the free throw line. No good. Hawkins gets the rebound and another chance for the Tigers here on offense. Gwen Panic top the key. Drives through the lane. Met by Chappell. Floater. Rims in and good. 6 points on the game in the quarter for Panic. 16-7. Biggest lead of the game so far. So we're halfway home in the second quarter. Paul with it for Newark to Natali. Now to the right block. Great find to Smith. Kicks it out for Paul. Three-pointer left corner. No good. Short gets their own rebound. Great chase down from her and hustle. Oh, no good on the lay-in. And rebound brought in by Panic. Panic leaves it for Bree. Bree above the timeline. 3:45 to go second quarter. Back to Panic. Launches a floater. No good. Rebound Chappell and Newark. Here come the Reds the other way. Up court, Paul. Pass a little too far to handle from Natali, and a little bit of, not quite aggression. It's one of those things where Chloe Paul get charged with a push foul as Hawkins and her went after the ball. So Paul's first personal, team's fourth here with 3:36 to go in the second quarter. Waterloo still up 16-7. Bree with it, goes back to Panic, the inbounder, and top the key Williams. Williams to Bree left wing, looking for help. She'll go back to Williams. Now back to Bree. Three-pointer, left wing, no good long. Rebound brought in by Chappell and Newark. Leaves it for Paul. Paul above the timeline. She's guarded tightly by Williams, able to find help in Chance. Swings it now for Natali. Natali three, no good long. Rebound, though, by Smith. Smith to Chappell. Chappell back to Natali. Natali works left baseline. Leaves it for Chappell. No, stolen away by Williams and Waterloo. Bodies on the ground, ball on the ground. Panic comes away with it. Panic to Bree. Waterloo up court. Bree swings it. Williams, corner three. No good. Short rebound by Chappell. Chappell up in the tally. We're moving quickly here with 2:50 to go in the second quarter. Three-pointer for Smith from the right wing. No good for Newark. Rebound Panic up court to Bree. Bree 2-on-1. Takes it out of the way on her own. No good. Rebound Hawkins. Hawkins now will get hit from behind as she got the rebound, and they will get Adriana Smith with the foul. That's her first personal, team's fifth, and Waterloo into the bonus. Substitutions. Sophia Delphs comes in for Smith for Newark. Williams out for Waterloo, and in Kinsley Bree. Hawkins back to the line for the second time this quarter. 0 for 2 so far. Her first this trip. Rims out no good. I'm not going to say it just yet, Kyle. But we all know free throws do matter. Second now for Hawkins. No good short there, and brought back in by Chappell and Newark the other way. 2.5 to go second quarter. 16-7 your score. Waterloo in front. Blocked away. Hawkins with another one. That time it was Martiana Chance on the other end. And it'll be out of bounds Newark ball. Batting in. Hawkins out on the substitution. Natali the inbounder. Oh, great find to Chance and one. A little purposeful diversion tactic by the inbounding Natali.
First points of the quarter, too.
And maybe even more importantly to that end as well, Kyle, that's will be Delaney Ben's third personal foul. Team's first on the quarter. So Chance with it, and 3 points the old-fashioned way for the junior forward. Substitution, Batten checks out pretty much as soon as she came in. Tangel Williams comes in for the Tigers. 16-10, Waterloo in front of Newark, 2.5 to go here until the halftime break. Bree above the timeline to Williams, left wing. Back to Addison Bree at the top of the key. Finds Panic at the free throw line. Great job to find Moody posting up down low and count the bucket. So Moody with 7 on the night so far. 18-10, Waterloo in front. 2:10 to go second quarter. Newark up more quickly. They're working. Martiana Chance finds Delphs at the free throw line. Takes a dribble, pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound brought in by Delphs. Great job again by the Reds to get their own board. But pass too far out the handle for Chance. A turnover and Waterloo ball. Chloe Paul checks out for Waterloo. Melanie Howard back in for the Reds. And we're back underway with 2 to go. Dose here in the second quarter. 18-10, Waterloo in front of Newark. Williams to Addison Bree, back to Williams. Now to Panic at the right wing. Finds Kinsley Bree in the right corner, back to Panic. Panic now works right side, trying to find help. 15 on the shot clock. Skip pass to Williams. Finds Kinsley Bree now top of the key, back to Williams. Left corner, Addison Bree, 10 on the shot clock. Skip pass out to Panic. Waterloo struggling to get some traction here, and turnover as Panic dribbled it off her foot. Newark's 2-3 zone in the half court doing wonders here. Newark back with it off the turnover and inbound. Natalia above the timeline working right side. Great find to Howard. Howard kicks it out. Chance three-pointer. Bang! So Newark clawing themselves back into this game. 18-13 they trail Waterloo. 1:13 to go in the second quarter. Addison Bree, left elbow, gets tipped from behind, and she'll head to the line for two as Howard got body down low. That'll be Howard's first personal, and Bree went to the line as the Tigers are in the bonus. 1:08 on the game clock here. We get back going. Bree's first is in. Bree with 3 so far in the night so far, kind of mirroring at the moment. A low-scoring 6 points against Newark in the first matchup of the year. Goes 2 for 2 at the stripe, though. On that trip, 20-13, Waterloo in front of Newark. Working quickly on offense are the Reds. Chapel above the timeline. The Delphs now corner for Chance. Chance works. Skip pass to Howard in the right corner now. Howard back to Chance on the left block. Trying to find help. Finds it in Smith. Now back out the Delphs. Top the key. Natalie with it. Right corner. Chance. She'll take another three-pointer. You bet. Martiana Chance. Big buckets here. Only scorer for the Reds here in the second quarter. It's 20-16. Waterloo in front of Newark. 35 seconds to go in the second quarter. Panic to Williams, top of the key. Back to Panic at the left wing. Panic finds a cutting Addison Bree. Bree to Bree. It's Kinsley with it. Now to Williams. Now left wing for Panic. Panic work left side. Finds a cutting out Moody. Back to Panic. 6 on the shot clock. Panic dribbles through and another foul as she drives through. That time they're going to get Melania Howard reaching in, her second personal, and that'll put Panic to the line with the Tigers in the bonus. 20-16 the moment the score for Waterloo over Newark. Panic's first, no good right. 18.6 when we get back going here. After this free throw from Panic, she has her second on the way. No good, rebound Delphs. And Newark with a possession here. They're looking to break the full court pressure and do. Natalie gets it above the timeline. Natalie to Howard, back to Natalie, top the key, 8 on the clock. Finds Chance, left wing, three-pointer, why not? No good on the heat check. Rebound Addison Bree, 2 on the clock. Addison Bree still with it, gets it off in time. Oh, they're going to call a foul. She was able to get Arizona Chapel baited on the three-quarter shot attempt. Chapel collects her third personal foul. And Addison Bree will head to the line for 3 here with no time. It's going to be alone at the free throw line as the Reds will take a early trip to the locker room here as there's no time as Addison Bree will take her 3 free throws here. First on the way, count it.
I'm going to be honest, I don't think that should have been called. I heard the buzzer, and I think the contact came out.
Yeah, it super close as her second good. Kyle, I will say this. I'm happy we aren't in the position to call that.
Yeah.
So.
But normally refs will kind of just let it go.
Yeah.
You know, look where the shot came from.
And
before the logo.
And Bree will go 3 of 3 here from the stripe as we wrap up the first half of action here in Waterloo. Your score, the Tigers 23, Reds 16 in this Finger Lakes East Girls regular season matchup. We'll be back in just a moment here on FingerLakes1.com for our DeSanto Propane halftime report. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
This live presentation of high school basketball on FingerLakes1.com is made possible thanks to the support from DeSanto Propane. DeSanto Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com for more info or call toll-free at 1-800-752-4574 today. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane. Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant. Visit Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant at their original Waterloo location or all-new renovated location in Geneva. Dine-in, takeout, delivery, catering, and banquets. Order online at Cicinos.com. Live, laugh, and eat well. It's the Italian way. Littlejohn and Barbie Orthodontics. Dr. Littlejohn, Dr. Barbie, and their outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal: to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their exceptional orthodontic care. Check out Dr. Rod and Dr. Liz online at littlejohnortho.com.
Welcome into the DeSanto Propane Halftime Report here on FingerLakes1.com. Paul Russo and Kyle Evans here with you as we are at halftime in this Finger Lakes East girls matchup. Waterloo 23, Newark 16. Kyle, what we expect out of this matchup, it certainly has kind of lived up to that. I would imagine, though, we kind of expected maybe a little bit more offense, but I think it's that defense that we talked about and that fast-moving pace that both these teams have that has certainly put us in the situation we find ourselves in 16 minutes in.
Yeah, I think the biggest surprise for me is seeing all the possessions each team had. I mean, up and down the court consistently. Once in a while, we'd get a couple stoppages, but for the most part, it was just back and forth, and teams not being afraid to shoot. But for Newark, though, their passing has got to be better. They're trying to throw it across, the court to their teammates, and it's getting picked off too many times. And Waterloo is coached. Newark is coached well, too. I'm not going to discredit them, but I'm saying Waterloo, that they're an experienced team that loves to, play defense and jump passes like that. And Mike Bree's all over them for that.
Yeah, it's we talk about a lot, obviously, involving Waterloo, that active hands element. And Newark, to their credit, though, they have what's been predominantly mostly soft pressure full court-wise. But when they sell into the half-court 2-3, it really, Waterloo is struggling to break that zone. And I think that's why we see 23-16 as our score here at the halftime break. Let's do a quick scoring breakdown here. We'll start on the Waterloo side of things. They're in front, team high tied with 7, Addison Bree and Kaya Moody, 6 for Gwen Panic, and 3 for Kinsley Bree. On the Newark side, it's a team in game high 9, Martiana Chance, 4 for Sophia Delphs, 2 for Karina Natali, and 1 for Arizona Chapel, who got it at the free throw line. I mentioned pregame, Kyle, a little bit about the postseason implications here for both of these teams. Both these teams find themselves in 2 different classes. This will be the last time they see each other this year. Newark in B1, they find themselves going into today, 2nd spot in Class A, trailing East High. And we talk a lot about how this team has kind of built and grown over the course of these past couple of years. They made it to the sectional final game last year and lost to Pittsford Sutherland. But I think this red team, Kyle, this year has certainly find themselves, to me, in a better position to succeed this year, right? An extra year of experience. They're sitting at the top. They're going to get at least one home game in that bracket. It's all that kind of small things that turn into big stuff in these one-game scenarios that we find themselves in sectional play.
Yeah, we've gone over the brackets a lot on, not the brackets, but, the classes on Upstate Hoops. And I think we all agreed that Class A was like the most stacked. Of course, we still, would give Newark and a really good chance of winning their class. But yeah, I mean, tonight it's just I think shots aren't falling and the turnovers are just kind of killing them. And they went so long scoring there in the second quarter, and they're kind of lucky that Chance had some hot shooting there for a couple minutes because it would probably look more ugly. But another thing too I would say about this is we've seen so many weird results this year, weird games, even both sides, boys and girls. Just some nights, there's just the upsets that you just wouldn't expect, and I think that's just kind of the year it's been.
Yeah, I hear you there. It's been, for us, beautifully chaotic, I would say would be the proper term. Waterloo breaks the halftime locker room first. Waterloo finds themselves in a pretty familiar spot, Kyle. Near the top anyway of the Class B1 standings. They find themselves going into today. I know the last time we talked on the podcast about them on Upstate Hoops, they were in third, but now find themselves in second. Leapfrogged Cornell in the past week plus and only trailed Dansville. Like we mentioned a lot here pregame-wise involving the Tigers, a little bit of just business as usual for them and find themselves, at the very least, right near the top in that B1 standings.
Yeah, again, these are the two teams that I think we're going to see make the furthest of runs throughout the area, of course, not including the boys' side. And the fact that it's Friday, we literally have a handful of days before, the end of the regular season and we start seeing brackets. It's what everyone watches and pays attention for is the next several weeks.
Yeah, sectional play begins pretty much this time next week with some play. Well, they're called the pre-quarterfinals. They're essentially play-in games if you look at it from, say, a March Madness style of things here, with the regular season wrapping up 5 days from now on Wednesday, and then the seeding meetings and brackets released on Thursday and Friday of next week. Let's take a quick look around the Wayne Finger Lakes as Newark now joins Waterloo for some halftime warm-ups here with a couple minutes to go. Let's begin on that girls' side. Kyle, Finger Lakes east side of things. Binders at Bloomfield, Palmac at Mid Lakes. Moving to Wayne County, Lions at Williamson Marion. Gananda at Clyde Savannah. Big couple of games there for the Wayne County side of things. North Rose Wolcott at Sodus. Also going back to the Finger Lakes East, Wayne at Penn Yan. Red Creek at East Rochester. Geneva at Avon in independent play. And then Our Lady of Mercy at Canandaigua, who the Lady Grey Wolves having a pretty good season over in Monroe County. On the boys' side, Minders is at Geneva. Palmac at Mid Lakes. Waterloo at Newark. Penn Yan at Wayne. In Finger Lakes West action, Naples is at South Seneca. Marcus Whitman is at Honeoye. Early College at Red Creek in a non-league game for Wayne County action. East Rochester's at North Rose Wolcott. And over in Monroe County, Canandaigua is at Greece Arcadia in a very compelling matchup. I know, Kyle, we don't really do too much but outside doing score reporting, but Victor at Webster Schroeder is a pretty big game across a multitude of AA classifications. That's a pretty big one up in Monroe County tonight.
Yeah, and speaking of results quick, I do have one score.
Yeah.
Bloomfield 53, Minders 29. So that was kind of expected, but
Yeah, Coach Kimball's squad and the Bombers is handling business as they pretty much have been all year.
and they're hanging on by a thread.
Yeah.
Because believe it or not, they're still alive as of right this second for the Finger Lakes East title, unless Newark were to win tonight.
I think the term, Kyle, just win, right?
Yep.
Solve everything else at that point. We are pretty much good to go here as Waterloo is ready to go. They will have the ball to start the second half. Moody, Williams, Panic, Hawkins, and Addison Bree on the floor for them. The starting five of the Tigers. The starting five of Newark is also on the floor. Paul, Chance, Smith, Natali, and Delphs, and we are back underway. Top of the key, Williams now swinging it over to Addison Bree at the left wing. Dumps in, great find to a cutting Panic on the baseline. Her laying good, and we're back underway with scoring here in the second half. 25-16 Waterloo in front of Newark. 7:40 to go third quarter. Paul the other way, no good. Gets her own rebound again. Great job by the Reds doing that, creating a second chance. Natali top of the key. Right wing for Paul. Waterloo settles into a 2-3 zone of their own in the half court after doing some full court pressure. Natali with it right wing, now top of the key. Swings it for Smith. Corner for Paul. Yes, for a three. So the answer back from Newark there, 25-19. Now they trail Waterloo with the Tigers back on the offensive attack. Bree working left wing, looking for help, finds it Panic, top of the key. Newark back in the 2-3 half-court zone as well. Moody right wing to Bree in the right corner, up fakes, drives, kicks it back out. Panic, top of the key, 10 on the shot clock. Panic looking help. Finds Bree in the corner. She'll take a three-pointer, and then it's in. The answer back. 28-19. Waterloo in front of Newark. 6:45 to go, third quarter. Newark with Natalie. Swings it for Smith at the right wing. Dribbles out. Finds Natalie in the right corner. She'll dribble back out. Pass to Chance. No. Too far to handle. Backcourt violation in Tiger ball. Waterloo back with possession. 6.5 to go in the third quarter. Inbound from Williams. Goes to Panic. Top of the key. Back to Williams. Back to Panic. Little pitch and catch. Bree now left wing with it. Goes back to Panic at the top of the key. She'll drive through the center of the lane. Launches a runner. No good. Rolls off. Rebound tipped around. Martiana Chance with it. Swings up court. Natalie. Natalie to the cutting. Smith. Right hand lane. Good. And Smith with her first bucket of the night. 28-21. 6:05 to go. Third quarter. Waterloo in front of Newark. Waterloo now with it. Working on offense. It's Moody working left side. Finds Williams cutting. She'll take a three-pointer. Right side, and it's in. Williams' first bucket of the night. 31-21. Biggest lead of the game so far for Waterloo. Plus 10. 5:45 to go. Oh, deep three. Karina Natalie with the answer. Back and forth we go. Shooting it like it's a three-point contest right now to open things up here in the third quarter. Williams with it for Waterloo. Pass picked off, stolen away. Andriana Smith with it, 2-on-2. Cutting is Delphs. Delphs over Moody, you bet. And Newark just chipping away again here. Trailing by 10, now by 5. 31-26, 5:10 to go with Waterloo in front. Waterloo with it. Moody stolen away. Natalie with the steal. Up court, cutting is Smith again. Smith, no, strip. Picked up by Chance. Newark still has it. Paul with it. Wing three short. And Chance will get the rebound. Another opportunity for Newark. Pass intercepted. Hawkins has it. Hawkins Waterloo one-on-one against Natalie. No good on the lay-in. She tried to draw a foul and just lost control of it. It'll be Newark ball. Arizona Chapel checks in first time in the second half. She'll get Martiana Chance. Allows us to get a quick breather here with 4:47 to go in the third quarter. 31-26, Waterloo in front. Soft full court pressure to the Reds, but they get above the timeline. It's Chloe Paul running it for Newark. Swings it for Natalie. Now to Smith at the right wing into the corner for Paul. Paul had to chase it. She gets it though, no worries. To Chapel on the right block. Skip pass out, no. Picked off by Hawkins. Intended target of Smith. Panic now the other way for Waterloo, above the timeline. Addison Bree back top the key. Panic. Panic drives through. A runner over Chapel. Count it. 33-26 now Waterloo in front of Newark. Stolen away. Natalie to Paul. Picked off by Hawkins. Hawkins again one-on-one. This time on Dolphs. No good. Rebound by Williams. And we have a whistle and a stoppage here. Let's see what the call is. As Batten and Kinsley Bree come in for Waterloo. Johnny Hawkins and Tanja Williams come out. They're saying last off of Waterloo. Turnover and Newark ball. Inbound from Delphs goes to Natalie. Natalie back to Delphs and above the timeline. We're back underway halfway home in the third frame. Chloe Paul with the top the key, and she picked up her pivot foot. Kind of got trapped. Tried to find Delphs, couldn't do it in time.
And that's now 3 straight possessions with the turnover for Newark. After they came out, not doing that, looking completely different, but this is what's probably, the reason why they're down.
Howard checks out for Newark. Howard checks in. Smith comes out. Apologies. Waterloo back on offense here. Panic with it at the right wing. Skip pass over. Addison Bree. Deep three-pointer, and it's in! 36-26 now. Waterloo back in front by 10. Another picked off. Panic with the steal this time. Her versus Delphs. One-on-one, and it's in. 38-26. Whistle on the floor. Timeout. A full timeout taken by the Newark Reds. Now trailing by 12. The biggest lead for the Waterloo Tigers here tonight with 3:18 to go in the third quarter. This live presentation of high school basketball on FingerLakes1.com is made possible thanks to the support from Dr. Littlejohn, Dr. Barbie, and their outstanding orthodontic team. They share a common goal to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their exceptional orthodontic care. Dr. Rod Littlejohn and Dr. Liz Barbie are proud to support our area high school athletes. You can check them out online at littlejohnortho.com. Desano Propane, 4 generations strong as a trustworthy family-owned business with unmatched customer service. You can go online at DesanoPropane.com for more information or call them toll-free at 1-800-752-4574 today. Since 1937, the difference has been Desano Propane. And Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant. You can visit Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant at their original Waterloo location or location in Geneva. Dine-in, takeout, delivery, catering, and banquets. Order online at Cicinos.com. Live, laugh, and eat well. It's the Italian way. Paul Russo, Kyle Evans here with me. 3:18 to go, third quarter. Finger Lakes East girls basketball action. Waterloo 38, Newark 26, Kyle. And this fast-paced game, man, it's hard to catch your breath.
Yeah.
Newark with it coming out of the timeout. Waterloo sits in a 2-3 zone here in the half-court defense. It's Chance with it, left wing, kicks it back out top the key. Natali up fakes, now swings it for Howard. Howard down to Chappell, to a cutting Delph's right side, and she was fouled trying to cut through the lane. Let's see, there we'll get Addison Bree with the foul. It's her first personal. Team's first on the quarter, first foul this quarter as well. 3:07 to go, fresh 30 on the shot clock for the Reds. Natali, the inbounder underneath her own basket, goes all the way up top for Chance. Three-pointer from her, no good. Short rebound, Chappell to Delphs. Delphs swings it, pass too high for Natali to handle, turnover, and Waterloo ball. So 3 minutes flat to go here in the third quarter. Waterloo 38, Newark 26 still. Up court, Panic above the timeline. We're back underway. Bree to Panic back top the key. Moody at the free throw line, kicks it to Kinsley Bree. Her three, good. 41-26, biggest lead of the night so far. 15 for the Tigers over the Reds. Foul on the floor. It's going against Kinsley Bree. Her first, team's second on the quarter. It was Martiana Chance trying to create a little space, and it pays off with the Waterloo foul. Chance, the inbounder, goes to Natali at the top of the key. Back underway, a fresh 30 on the shot clock for the Reds. Howard down the Chappell on the right block to Delphs cutting through the lane. Back out Howard, three-pointer from the corner, you bet. Howard's first bucket of the night comes at a pretty crucial time. 41-29, the Reds trailing the Tigers. 2:20 to go, third quarter. It's Moody for Waterloo on the right block. Launches a runner, count it. In traffic. So 43-29 now. Waterloo in front of Newark. 2:07 to go in the third frame. And another turnover for Newark. It's Howard and Natali just unable to connect on the pass.
It's about, 5 or 6 in the first 6 minutes of the second half?
Give or take. As Moody will check out, Williams comes in for Waterloo. 2:05 to go, third quarter. Waterloo possession up 43-29 on Newark. Williams right wing goes back to Kinsley Bree, back to Williams, some pitch and catch. The Tigers trying to find a way to this 2-3 zone of Newark. Down on the block for Batten, no. Pass tipped by Delph, she gets the steal. Up court to Natali, 1-on-1, no, 2-on-2. As she got it to Howard. And Howard and Williams get tangled up. Foul should be going against Williams for Waterloo. And it is. Tanger Williams collects her first personal foul. Team's third on the quarter. And they're saying no on the floor. I was about to say, I think Melanie Howard's trying to pull a quick one to maybe get some free throws there. I like that type of effort. But we'll be on the floor, fresh 30 on the shot clock for the Reds. Chance has it, top the key off the inbound from Natali. Back to the inbound into Natali. Left corner three-pointer. No good. Bricks off. Rebound for Panic and Waterloo. 1:36 to go. Third quarter of action. 43-29 your score. Waterloo in front of the Reds. Addison Bree to Kinsley Bree now on the right wing. Swings the top of the key for Williams. Back to Kinsley Bree. Now finding Panic at the free throw line. Skip pass out. Addison Bree left side. Up fake drives. Runner over Chappell. Rims off no good. Rebound Delphs. And Newark leaves it for Natali. Natali swings it now up to Chance above the timeline right sideline. Cutting through the lane. Chance. Runner. Count it. Artiana Chance's first bucket of the third quarter. 1:04 to go in the frame. It's 43-31 Waterloo in front of Newark now. Panic with it. Pass poked away from behind. Steal. Natali to Howard. Howard working right side. 1-on-2 foul as she was working the sideline, and that will be a blocking foul. Survey says, I believe it's going to be Kinsley Bree. No, they're going to call it on Tangel Williams, her second personal, team's fourth on the quarter. A fresh 30 on the shot clock, 53 seconds to go on the game clock here in the third frame. Natalia inbounder, right side underneath her own basket on the baseline. Looking for help, finds a cutting Howard. Good job to Delphs now, left side. Her jumper no good. Rebound brought in by Panic, and Waterloo with the ball. 45 seconds to go in the third quarter. About 17-second differential shot the game clock here for the Tigers, so could go 2 for 1 here, but I don't think it's going to happen as Williams has it top of the key to Panic. Now Bree, Addison Bree three-pointer again, no good. Short rebound by Deanna Chance. Up court to Delphs. Delphs one-on-one with Williams, no good. Rebound brought in by Kinsley Bree, and Waterloo with possession. 19 on the clock, no shot clock for the Tigers. Addison Bree with the ball above the timeline, and Coach Mike Bree says one shot here. Newark, high zone. Oh, it's going to pay off a turnover. Karina Natali with the steal all alone. Oh, misses the lay-in. Ball gets tipped around now by the chasing players, and we'll have a foul on the floor. And see what they're going to get. So Williams again picks up the foul. Her third personal. Team's fifth. So with 1.8 in the third quarter, Melania Howard will go to the line for the first time tonight with the Reds in the bonus for the frame. Howard has it for her first on the way in. Howard back with it now for her second of 2. And skies it and in. 1.8, full court pressure from Newark. Inbound goes to Williams from Panic. She'll just hold it as the Tigers will let the clock expire. They're up by double digits. It's 43-33 Waterloo in front of the Newark Reds. 1 frame to go, 8 minutes. We'll be right back here on FingerLakes1.com.
Littlejohn and Barbie Orthodontics. Dr. Littlejohn, Dr. Barbie, and their outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal: to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their exceptional orthodontic care. Check out Dr. Rod and Dr. Liz online at littlejohnortho.com.
Welcome back in here. FingerLakes1.com's live coverage of Finger Lakes East Girls High School Basketball. Paul Russo and Kyle Evans here with you. Waterloo in front 43-33. Kyle and Newark, first time tonight, they had double-digit scoring in the frame. Unfortunately for them, they were still outscored by 3 by Waterloo in that quarter.
Yeah, but it was fun to see for us, though, the scoring pickup. And honestly, I mentioned Newark having turnovers, but Waterloo kind of had them too. So both teams need to, clean it up here.
8 minutes to go. Let's see what Newark can do. They begin with the ball to start the final frame of action. Natali has it right wing, dumps in for Chappell on the right block, kicks it out for Howard left corner, dribbles out, finds Paul at the top of the key, swings it Natali right corner, up fakes, drives through, leaves it for Chappell. Chappell now looks for help, finds Natali, and we'll have a foul as Natali was trying to get through the lane. And that foul on Waterloo will go against Angel Williams. So she collects her 4th personal, team's first on the quarter. And 20 seconds in, Kinsley Bree will come back in for Williams. Natali, the inbounder, baseline goes to Chappell at the right corner, to Chance at the right wing. Chance back to the inbounding Natali. Back underway, the Reds are on offense. Howard to Chappell. The pass was way too hard for Chappell to handle. And Hawkins comes away with the steal for Waterloo. Hawkins looking for help, leaves it for Addison Bree to Kinsley Bree, or rather Panic now at the top of the key. And she'll swing it for Kinsley Bree at the right wing. Panic now top of the key. Dump into Hawkins, who was posting up, double team. She'll kick it back out to Moody, now top of the key, Panic. Panic back to Moody, 3-pointer dialed up. Oh, rims out, no good. Rebound Kinsley Bree, second chance for Waterloo. 7:05 remaining in the fourth quarter. Panic with it to Kinsley Bree, to Kaya Moody at the free throw line, working right side through the lane, no good. Rebound Hawkins. Hawkins back out for Panic. Kinsley now to Addison Bree. There was no shot clock reset there for the Tigers, so 10 on the clock. 3-pointer, Addison Bree, no good short. Rebound brought in by Howard and Newark. Leaves it for Natali. The Reds looking to get a bucket here and get the scoring going in the fourth quarter, but they're not going to be able to. Natali's pass stripped away from by Hawkins, and now Waterloo will call a timeout. Full timeout taken, their first one of the contest, with 6:36 to go in the fourth quarter. Waterloo up 43-33 on Newark, so we've had no scoring to open up this fourth frame of action. Well, Kyle, after that fast-paced, high-scoring third quarter, we really jinxed us here pretty much a minute and a half into this fourth quarter.
Yeah, now we're going to get like 7, 8 total points combined or something crazy like that. And Waterloo has done that this year with Cheyenne.
That has happened, and at least the positive here, if you're looking at it from that end, is we've outscored, though, that first matchup already.
Yeah,
so
true.
See what's kind of fully happens here.
I'm going to try to look for other scores.
Yeah, you got it. And we'll provide those as you're able to get them through. We only have one in, and that is that other Finger Lakes East matchup that has implications here towards the top of the standings as Bloomfield cruised past Minders 53-29 just a little bit ago. Both teams rate the hall on the floor for Waterloo. Kinsley Bree with Gwen Panic, Kaya Moody, Addison Bree, and John A. Hawkins on the floor for Newark. Martiana Chance with Arizona Chapel, Karina Natali, Melania Howard, and Chloe Paul. Gwen Panic above the timeline, back underway here in Waterloo. Moody has it free throw line, finds Bree cutting from the baseline. Back top of the key reset for Panic. Newark switches it up. It's a 3-2 zone now in defense. Panic swings it, Kinsley Bree, left wing. Moody working at the free throw line, turnaround jumper, count it. So Waterloo gets the scoring going here in the fourth quarter, 45-33. They find themselves in front of Newark with 6:05 to go in the contest. Arizona Chapel has it for Newark. Oh, nice little turnaround. Great footwork by the post player. She's going to head the line for two, missing the layup. And the foul for Waterloo go against Gwen Panic, her first personal, team second on the quarter. First substitution of the fourth quarter for Newark as Lenny Howard checks out. Adriana Smith comes back in. Arizona Chapel to the line, second time tonight, and no good on that first one. Now 1 of 3 on the evening from the charity stripe. Chapel averaging a hair over 10 points per game this season, her second on the way and in. 45-34, the Waterloo advantage on Newark. 6 minutes remaining in the contest here. Kinsley Bree above the timeline, leaves it for Gwen Panic, and Waterloo goes back to work on offense. Panic working right wing, swings it now for Kinsley Bree at the top of the key, swings it for Addison Bree at the left wing. Back to Kinsley, top of the key. Newark now back to a 2-3 zone on defense. 10 seconds on the shot clock for Waterloo. Hawkins comes away with it now for Waterloo. At the free throw line, she gets tied up with Smith. It will be a jump ball and remain Waterloo ball. No shot clock reset, no change of possession. 7 seconds on the shot clock for the Tigers. Moody with it, inbounding. Baseline underneath her own basket on the right side. She'll go to intended of Hawkins. Ball got tipped by Natali, so good job by Newark. They burn a second doing that, so Moody will still inbound this time in front of her own bench on the sideline. Goes to Panic, 5 on the shot clock. Addison Bree top the key, way out. 3-pointer, she kind of forced to shoot it. No good long rebound, Chloe Paul. And the Newark Reds come back on offense. Top the key, Paul working left side now. Gets trapped, finds Natali in the left corner, and the Reds will now reset their offense. Natali going to work, set packing by Moody as she launched the runner. Addison Bree comes away with it, leaves it for Gwen Panic, and Waterloo back with it now, 5:10 to go in the fourth quarter. Moody with it at the free throw line, dumps in now for Hawkins on the left block, guarded by Chance. Swings it back out for Kinsley Bree, now Moody at the top of the key. Leaves it for Gwen Panic, 10 on the shot clock for Waterloo. Panic right side, works baseline, over Chapel, count it. 4:50 to go, fourth quarter. Waterloo in front 47-34 now on Newark. The Reds back to work on offense. Chloe Paul guarded tightly by Kinsley Bree. Leaves it for Martiana Chance, working left side on Moody. Looking for help, finds it in Chloe Paul, left wing. Paul swings it for Natali, top of the key. Natali to Chapel at the free throw line, 10 on the shot clock. Dumps it off. Smith, 3-pointer, no good long ball, tipped around. Moody with the rebound for Waterloo. Panic goes to Addison Bree after collecting it. And Addison slowly above the timeline at the logo and leaves it for Panic at the top of the key. Newark 3-2 zone once again this possession in the half court. Addison Bree to Panic left baseline, finds Hawkins cutting through and one! Newark foul against Karina Natali, her second personal, team's first on the quarter. Sophia Delfs will check back in for Newark, get Arizona Chapel for it. And Hawkins will head to the line for the third time tonight. 0 of 4 from the stripe. We'll see if she is able to get this one. No, she can't. Short rebound by Delfs in Newark. Lead will remain 49-34, 15 for the moment for Waterloo over Newark. And the Reds back on offense. Chloe Paul, three-pointer from the wing, no good short. Rebound initially by Moody. Paul, great job though, chasing down, tipped it out of bounds. Remain Waterloo ball. Surprised we aren't seeing Newark do some pressure here. They're down 15. We're halfway home in this fourth quarter, but they'll settle in back in a 2-3 zone here on defense in the half court. Panic with it, leaves it for Kinsley Bree. Now Moody at the left wing. Dumps in, cutting was Panic on the left block. Shot blocked by Delfs. Great job by the Reds again here on defense to give them a chance to try and cut this lead in a little bit. Paul to Natali, left wing three-pointer, no good long. Rebound brought in by Panic, tipped again from behind, but able to come away with it's Moody. And now Moody will get fouled going up court. They're going to get Adriana Smith for Newark with a reach-in foul. Second personal, team second on the quarter. And we'll have another substitution here as Maylee Miller will come in for Newark. First time this half, she'll get Chloe Paul. 3:26 to go, fourth quarter. Waterloo in front 49-34. Kinsley Bree gets the inbound. We're back underway. Bree swings it for Gwen Panic at the top of the key. Newark again, 2-3 zone, half court. Addison Bree to Kinsley Bree now. Now to Moody at the free throw line, working through the lane. Moody leaves it for Hawkins on the right block. Hawkins will dribble out and reset the offense with 12 on the shot clock. It's Kinsley Bree back to Panic. Top of the key three-pointer, you bet. Three to go, 52-34, biggest lead, 18 of the ball game for Waterloo over Newark. Miller with it right elbow, leaves it for Chance right corner, dribbles in over Moody, no. And Chance will head to the line for two here as Moody will collect the foul. That's going to be her second personal. And team's second on the quarters. Delaney Ben, Tangel Williams come in for Waterloo. John A. Hawkins, Kinsley Bree check out. So Martiana Chance to the charity stripe for the second time tonight, 1 of 1. Free throw coming back in the second quarter. Good on that first. Chance Jr., season high 19 against Bloomfield and Minders recently. And she'll go 2 for 2 on that trip to the line, 52-36. The Waterloo advantage on Newark, 2:45 remaining in this contest. Slowly above the timeline, Gwen Panic for Williams. Now Addison Bree, three-pointer dialed up from Addison. You can count that one. 16th point on the game for Addison, 55-36. Three-pointer the other way from Newark from Martiana Chance, no good. Rebound from Moody, and Waterloo with it the other way. Slowly again, Panic above the timeline here. They're draining clock. They're up 19, 55-36 over Newark. Williams working left side, finds Addison Bree. Bree from the corner, goes to Williams at the top of the key to Moody. Now to Batten on the right block, no. Pass too far out the handle for Batten, and it's turnover, Newark ball. As Chloe Paul checks in, and it will be Karina Natali checking out here in the fourth quarter. 2:09 to go, Waterloo 55, Newark 36 in this Finger Lakes East girls matchup. Paul with it for Newark. Waterloo sitting in a 2-3 zone of their own in the half court here. Paul working right side from the corner, dribbles back out, looking for help, finds in Chance at the top of the key. Dribbling through the lane, Chance back out to Paul in the corner. Three-pointer dialed up, connects. Paul's second three-pointer of the night, 55-39 now. The Waterloo lead with 1:40 remaining in the contest. Gwen Panic with it, now swings it for Williams at the right wing. To Moody now. Moody looking for help, finds a cutting Panic, and we have a whistle, 3 seconds in the lane. And it's Delaney Battenwood. She did have position. They just, I don't know if Waterloo kind of got crossed up there, draining a little clock before going. But either way, it's a turnover off that violation. Arizona Chapel comes back in for Newark. She'll get Sophia Delfs with a minute and a half remaining here in the fourth quarter. Paul bringing it up court for Newark. And above the timeline, we're back underway for the Reds. Chance with it right wing. Dribbling through on Batten on the right side. Chance baseline now. Kicks it back out for Smith. Chance back with it. Left side. Dribbles through the lane. Loses possession. She's able to retain it, though. Finds Paul at the right wing. 10 on the shot clock. Paul. Elbow jumper. No good left. Rebound brought in by Panic and Waterloo. And with 1:05 remaining, Waterloo pretty much here will seal the deal. Drain a little clock. I think we're going to try and get Batten the ball here. She's the only Tiger who has not scored yet tonight. It's top the key Williams, 13 on the shot clock, under a minute to go. Bree has it. She'll take a way distant three-pointer, no good. Rebound by Chappell. And the Reds with the ball, 45 on the game clock, 27 now on the shot clock. So we'll have to get one more off here as Chloe Paul has it top of the key. The Reds finds Maylee Miller at the free throw line to Chappell. Now back out for Smith. Smith's pass gets tipped. Now ball's on the ground. Buys on the ground. Batten comes away with it. And we have Coach Bree's going to call a timeout. They're going to do a substitution here as Kinsley Bree will get her sister Addison Bree on senior right here, and a nice ovation from the home crowd to the senior for Waterloo. The lone senior on this squad, but she has been here for all the success of the Tigers. So a nice ovation from the fans here to her. Waterloo ball, 28.7 to go on the clock. William Ziemounder goes to Panic, and we're back underway here in Waterloo as Panic has it, 20 seconds and above the timeline. And it looks like the Tigers are just going to drain the clock out here as we wrap up the contest here tonight. 10 on the clock, little pitch and catch between Panic and Williams as we'll see who will get designated with the turnover. 3-2, it's going to be Moody coming away with the turnover as the clock expires. And Waterloo picks up a huge league victory here, 55-39 over the Newark Reds, and they will split the season series here tonight. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on FingerLakes1.com with our Little John and Barbie Smiles of South postgame show. We'll also be joined by our Cicino's Pizza and Restaurant player of the game. Be back in just a moment here on FingerLakes1.com.
This live presentation of high school basketball on FingerLakes1.com is made possible thanks to the support from DeSanto Propane. DeSanto Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com for more info or call toll-free at 1-800-752-4574 today. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane. Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant. Visit Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant at their original Waterloo location or all-new renovated location in Geneva. Dine-in, takeout, delivery, catering, and banquets. Order online at Cicinos.com. Live, laugh, and eat well. It's the Italian way. Little John and Barbie Orthodontics. Dr. Littlejohn, Dr. Barbie, and their outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal: to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their exceptional orthodontic care. Check out Dr. Rod and Dr. Liz online at littlejohnortho.com.
Welcome back in, everybody. FingerLakes1.com for our Little John Barbie Smiles with Style postgame show. The Waterloo Tigers coming out with the victory over Newark, 55-39, splitting the season series. Paul Russo and Kyle Evans here with you, and we're joined by our Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant player of the game, Addison Bree. Congratulations on the win and splitting the season series with Newark.
Yeah.
want to start here with senior night for you. You've been here for pretty much everything for the Tigers here the past few years. What was it like in the moment tonight? Obviously, senior night, you pick up a big win. Kind of every emotion probably kind of going through you at some point tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely hard, especially because having a dad as a coach, like that's definitely hard to leave. But as soon as senior night was over, I had to get myself together and get ready to play the game because that was more important.
Yeah, indeed it was. So this is big for the league stuff. Now, technically the Reds are still really in control of the standings overall at this point, but it is a big win. As I mentioned, you split the season series. You lost in overtime up there earlier this year, but you get the home victory here tonight. What was the game plan kind of going into tonight? Because let's face it, you only have now one game remaining in the regular season. So this is a pretty big game to really kind of gauge how to attack the final couple weeks of the year.
Yeah, it was rebounding for us, I think, because last game they definitely crushed us. I mean, Arizona, she's really good at rebounding, and definitely taking away Karina's shot. She is a very good player, and yeah, just playing our game was very important.
So one more regular season game remaining. Rivalry with Minders. You're going to Seneca Falls for that game. So for you and the team, what are kind of the expectations and goals for that game as you wrap up the regular season?
I think we want to lock in the 2 seed, which would be very nice, and so we want to go over and win, and I think we want to work on stuff to get ready for sectionals.
So you mentioned that, and obviously I think it would be overstating the obvious of what the actual goal of sectional play would be for you and your teammates. But what are some of the things you're kind of looking at for the final games of the regular season for obviously who you might be seeing, whether it be Dansville or Hornell, maybe even Penn Yan again, or another team kind of like that?
Yeah, I think our defense, we're trying to find a good defense because obviously we don't want to look too far ahead, but Hornell definitely has some good shooters, and we got to be able to cover them, and we just got to be ready for anybody that comes at us.
All right, we'll let you get into the locker room, celebrate with your teammates here on senior night. Ass, congratulations again on senior night and the big victory against the Reds.
Thank you.
All righty. Good to go, no problem. All right. Addison Bree, our Chino's Pizzeria and Restaurant Player of the Game, 16 points on the night for her, Kyle, and really a great way to kind of send her off on her senior year. She's going to be attending Brockport, as we came to learn, also playing college hoops there again next winter. So just an excellent job by her in her high school career. Honestly, it's one of the best ones we've seen locally here in the past few years.
Yeah, I was just going to say a lot of people would dream to have the type of career she had. And obviously being at this school helps, some people are just unlucky when it comes to, what program they're with, and she got pretty lucky.
We mentioned, Kyle, I know before we get to a scoring breakdown, we mentioned Bloomfield beat Minders. Any other score updates at the moment?
I still haven't found any.
Brutal.
Trying to load the streams and they won't load. So
yeah, that'll happen, but you'll have everything in just a little bit in the high school report. I know
20 games.
I know for you, we really appreciate what you do. You're on it. You are a bloodhound when it comes to information. So I know for you, it's you only got a few more weeks really of it in this sense, but I know for you it's a year-round thing with spring and fall sports, and then the Yankees stuff in the summer and everything else. So really appreciate what you do and stepping up here again today to handle a little bit of broadcast duties.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
So let's do a quick scoring breakdown. We'll start with Waterloo. It was a game-high, team-high 17 for Gwen Panic, 16 for Addison Bree, 11 for Kaya Moody, 6 for Kinsley Bree, 3 for Tangel Williams, and 2 for John A. Hawkins. On the red side, leading the way for them with 13 was Martiana Chance. Then it was 6 points apiece for Chloe Paul and Sophia Dolphs, 5 for Karina Natali and Millennia Howard, and then 2 apiece, Rodriana Smith and Arizona Chapel. Us here at FingerLakes1.com, we're done for the regular season, but that doesn't mean we won't be hitting the airwaves. We got a couple editions of the Upstate Hoops podcast coming your way next week. Our normal regular episode on Monday, we're going a little bit earlier. Obviously, there's a school break next week, so we'll be going live Monday at 10 a.m. for the Upstate Hoops podcast. And then sometime Thursday morning, we don't have an exact time pinned down yet, but we will be doing our sectional bracket breakdown, everything like that, preview on Thursday morning when they get released. So a lot to look forward to next week, Kyle.
Yeah, for sure. Lots to talk about.
All right, so I think at that point, we can head out of here on that note. Your final once again here from Waterloo, the Tigers 55, the Newark Reds 39. For Kyle Evans, everybody back at FingerLakes1.com. Paul Russo signing off. Thanks again, everybody, for listening and tuning in all season, regular season-wise. Be back here again, though, for sectional play, so make sure you keep tuned for that. And as always, we will talk again very soon.